Hello coders, I welcome you all. In the previous video of our GUI for machine learning project, we utilized the pack layout manager to organize our widget. What if we have many features in our dataset? It becomes impractical to place them all vertically. In such cases, we need to arrange them horizontally, side by side, that you can see over here, which can be achieved using the grid layout manager of Tkinter. Therefore, in this video, we will focus on creating GUI for machine learning project using the grid layout manager of Tkinter. So let's begin. In the previous video, I have used PyCharm. In this video, I am going to use Jupyter Notebook and we are going to create GUI for our machine learning project. It looks like this that you can see over here. So let's get started. So for that, let me import from Tkinter. Let me import all. Also let me import joblib library. Also from sklearn.datasets, let me import iris dataset, load underscore iris. Also from sklearn.tree, let me import decision tree classifier. Also let me import from Tkinter, let me import message box. Let me run this cell. As you can see here, our required libraries are successfully imported. So now let's first load the iris dataset. For that we have to write load underscore iris and let me assign it to one variable iris is equal to this statement. Let's store our independent variables in x and our dependent variable in y. So let's train our decision tree classifier on iris dataset. So for that, first we have to create instance of decision tree classifier. And now let's train our decision tree classifier on our dataset. Here we have to pass independent variables and our dependent variable that we have stored in x and y that you can see over here. Independent variables and dependent variable means our target or response variable that we have stored in vector y that you can see over here. Let's save our train model using joblib library that we have already imported. For that we have to write joblib.dump and here we have to pass our model instance, this one. Here you can give any name. Let me write iris underscore model dot joblib. Now let's create our GUI. So first we have to create the main window. So root is equal to tk and don't forget to end Tkinter applications with root.main loop. Let's set title of our window using root.title method and let me write iris flower predictor. Let's set the dimensions of the window. So for that we have to use root.geometry method and here let me pass 600 cross 300. You can set as per your requirement. Let's set background color of the window using root.config method and let me set background color to light blue. Now let's discuss grid layout manager of Tkinter. As I said in the previous video of our GUI for machine learning project, we utilized the pack layout manager to organize our widgets. As I said, if we have many features in our dataset, it becomes impractical to place them vertically. In such cases, we need to arrange them horizontally side by side that you can see over here, which can be achieved using the grid layout manager of Tkinter. So let's discuss grid layout manager of Tkinter. So the grid layout manager in Tkinter allows you to create a grid-like layout by specifying rows and columns. It provides more flexibility in arranging widgets compared to other geometry managers like pack and place. So we are going to use grid manager to place the labels and entry widgets in grid layout within the frames. So first we have to create a frame to place our different widgets. So you can consider first we have to create this frame like this and we can divide this frame into number of rows and columns that you can see over here. So column number 0, 1, 2 and 3 and this is row number 0 and row number 1. So as you can see here, so we have to place this first widget label at row number 0 and column number 0. This first entry widget we have to place at row number 0 and column number 1. Same for this label widget that we have to place at row number 0 and column number 2. This second entry widget that we have to place at row number 0 and column number 3. Same for this label widget that we have to place at row number 1 and column number 0. This entry widget that we have to place at row number 1 and column number 1. We have to put this label widget at row number 1 and column number 2. We have to place this entry widget at row number 1 and column number 3. likewise. So this way we can use grid layout manager to place our widgets in grid layout within the frames that you can see over here. Let me show you this practically. So let me run this code. As you can see over here, we have created this window. Now let's create a frame. So for that we have to use frame method, and we have to place this inside our window root that you can see over here. And let me set background color to light blue, and let me assign it to one variable frame1, and we have to pack this frame to our window. So before that, let's set the heading for our window. For that, let me use label method that we have to put inside our window, and let me write text on this label iris flower predictor. Let me set background color to light blue. Foreground color means text color to black, and let me set font. So in tuple we have to pass font family. Let me use Arial. Font size and font style, and let me assign it to one variable header is equal to this statement, and let me pack this header to our window. Let me run this code. As you can see over here, we have created one frame and this header for our window. Let's put our first label into our frame. So label that we want to put inside frame 1, this one, and let me set text to sepal length and background color to light blue and foreground color to black, means font color. Also let me use this font as it is, and let me assign it to label 1, and here we have to use grid layout manager. I want to place this label at row 0 and column 0. Let me run this code. As you can see over here, now let me create entry widget so user can give input inside frame 1, our created frame. Let me set width to 10, and let me use same font, and let me set background color to gray, and text color means foreground color, let me set it to white, and also let me set border width to, and let me assign it to one variable entry1 is equal to this statement. And now entry1 dot grid layout manager, let me place it at row 0 and column 1. Let me run this code. As you can see over here, same way we can put another pair of label and entry widget. Let me copy and paste it over here. Let me keep row 0 but column 2, row 0 and column 3. Let me run this code. As you can see over here, row 0, column 0, column 1, column 2 and column 3. This way we can place different widgets using grid layout manager of Tkinter that you can see over here. Now let's put another pair of label and entry widgets over here. Before that, let me add some padding over here between this header and this widgets. Pad y is equal to 10. Let me copy this and let me paste it over here, here and here as well. Let me check. Let me run this cell as you can see over here. Now let me show you how frame looks like. So for that, let me change color of the frame to black. Let me run this cell. As you can see over here, you can see our frame and widgets inside this frame that you can see over here. Now let's create another pair of label and entry widgets. To save our recording time, let me copy this and let me paste it over here. Also let me change this label to 2, 2, 2, and here label 3, 3, 3 and 3 for entry widget, and label 4, here is 4, entry widget 4, and here is 4. So now here this third label we have to place at row 1, column 0, row 1, column 1, row 1, column 2, row 1, column 3. Let me run this cell. As you can see over here, this way we can place different widgets using grid layout manager of Tkinter that you can see over here. Now let me set frame color back to light blue. Let me run this cell. As you can see over here, let me create one label just to display the predicted species by our model, just to display output by our model. Let me place it to our window. Text equal to empty text, background color Let me set it to light blue. And let me use this same font. Let me give name species underscore label is equal to this statement, and let me pack this label to our window. As you can see over here, this label is not in our frame, it is in our main window. That's why here I have used pack method, not grid. Now let me create one button that user can press to perform prediction. Let me assign text to predict species. Let me set background color to light blue, and also let me set active background to blue, and let me set border width to 3, and command is equal to, let me create one user defined function with name predict underscore species. You can use any other name as well. Let me copy this function name and let me place it over here. So when user press this button, this function will be executed, and let me assign this button to one variable button, and button dot pack. Let me set pad y to 10. Let me run this code. Oh, let me check. Sorry for that. Let me run this code. As you can see over here, user can press this button to perform prediction. So as you can see, window is looking quite bigger as compared to number of widgets available inside this window. So let me set height to 200. Let me run this code. Also we have to set this button. So let me remove this pad by. Let me run this code. Now it's look better, that you can see over here. Let me set background color to green. Let me run this code, and also let me set this font size to our button as well. Let me run this code. Now it's look better, as you can see over here. Now let's create logic inside this function. So first we have to load the train model that we have stored using joblib, this one with this name. Let me copy this, and here let me write joblib dot load this model, and let me assign it to one variable model is equal to this statement. So now let's take user input from the entry widgets. So for that we have to write entry1 dot get, and let me assign it to one variable sepal underscore length, and we have to cast it to float. Let me copy this, let me paste over here, here and here as well. Entry 2, 3 and 4. Sepal length, sepal width, petal length, petal width. Now let's perform prediction using this model. So model dot predict. In today list we have to pass this sepal length, sepal width, petal length and petal width, and let me assign it to one variable. Pred is equal to this statement. Now let's display the predicted species in our label widget that we have created over here. So let me write species underscore label, this one, dot config, and let me write some text predicted species plus iris dot target underscore names to convert 0, 1 and 2 to target names, and pred 0. Let me run this code. Let me enter some random values 4, 4, 4. Let me press this button. As you can see over here, predicted species versicolor. So this way we can use grid layout manager of Tkinter to create GUI for our machine learning project. Hope you like this video. Please don't forget to subscribe this channel. If you like this video, smash that like button. Thank you very much for watching this video. Take care. Bye bye. See you in the next video.